Well, hello. Good to see you again. Goth Ross here with you. And I'm here tonight on the debut of the live/dead paint series that I'm introducing to you, my wonderful audience who I can't wait to see time and time again. Though it is a little dreary and it was a little bit too hot outside today, so I got a little bit sad. So I decided, hey, why don't we get into this? Painting. You can always paint and screw everything up. But, and every single painting you do is a mess up, really. And I just want to show you some of the basics of how to express yourself in your dark ways on canvas. So this is a wet on wet technique that we're doing here tonight. And with wet on wet, that means that you have a layer of very wet oil paint. Very wet. Very oily. And as you can see here, I filled this black canvas up with a bunch of paint. So you didn't have to sit here and be bored to death from that. I used this 1-inch brush to apply the paints. There is 3 paints that were applied. You got your black. Then you have your Prussian, or you actually have, you have Prussian blue up here. And then you have crimson, what is it? Crimson, alizarin crimson. That's all here in the middle. And I have actually red in here, that's why it's not as transparent, but I know that down here it's going to get real scary. So down here it's going to get real scary. So this is a big challenge, guys. This is a first show. Let's see how long it takes. How long do you think it could take me to do the painting I want to do and show you with concise instruction? I got to pull up my rough draft. And I welcome you that if you're doing this, you should always do a rough draft on, and I'm not going to show you it because then it just reveals what the whole thing is. But I don't need this brush here anymore, okay? This brush, the 1-inch that I did for that whole thing, I could try to clean it, but I don't need it. I'm not going to use it again, and I don't want to waste any time. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to go put this over here. And I'm coming back to you, even though I don't know if I really want to. And that's the whole point of painting. Like if you're getting like seriously like down in the dumps and you don't know what to do, well just paint it out. Get it up there on the paintbrush and just throw it on down. So we're going to go ahead and start this one with the way that you're supposed to do this. And somebody else used to teach this all the time and had 50,000 episodes that had a similar name to me. Though my name is a real, like, normal name that a lot of people have. But if you take this fan brushes can do all sorts of things. And most of the time it's going to make you look like a buffoon. But if you come in here and you paint about, then you're going to be able to finish your painting. That's the real trick here. And that's what I want to do. So let's get going here. So what you do to begin this whole process, besides cry it out, is you come over here and you take a little bit of the titanium white and you just put it up down on that brush. Get it up on down. I'm gonna just dip it in just a little bit of the liquid clear, just to get it a little bit less, okay? And then what you do after you have it totally in there, you gotta have a lot of paint. Then I'm just gonna come up in here and I'm just gonna go and just gonna plop it on there, and then I'm just gonna have fun with it. And by fun, I mean I'm gonna get super depressed about it and just not sure of myself. So every time you do anything, and this is the thing that you'll find is the most annoying, is anytime you do anything, you're going to have to wash your brush every time. So I just have to wash my brush because I don't want to infiltrate that white. Even though it is ghostly to be infiltrated. But you just gotta let it loose. You gotta let your vibes. Oops. So you can even throw your brush, which is depressing in its own way. But you just kept saying, now I have to do this again. So I have odorless spirits over here that I'm using, and I just loading that brush up some more, okay? Just watch, just be careful. I even have this view for you, so you can just kind of see, like, just what kind of flippity-doodads are you talking about, Mr. Goth Ross or whatever your stupid name is. Don't get too bright everywhere. You want it to be a little scary here and there, okay? I'm trying to make this thing scary as all heck. And that's kind of the important part of this whole process. So just let your scary side out every now and then. Okay, so you just kind of just keep going with this. I'm just kind of flipping her about, you know, and just like letting it loose. Okay, so you put the clouds where you want to put the clouds. Even if they're scary clouds, you don't want to paint over that white again because you might mess it up. So don't do that, right? Don't paint there. But let's wash the brush off again. And I actually got a bunch of fan brushes here just so I can get really like just bummed out about everything. It's scary. It's scary to be nervous. It's very scary to be nervous. Okay, so see I was doing that flippity-doo-dah dandy? Leave some of this over here. Like just leave it how it is, right? You just want to leave it there. You just want to let it loose, let it be. You want to reference your painting, make sure you're doing what you said you're going to do. And just let it be. Since I totally went in there and cleaned that up, see how clean it is again? I'm going to do just a little bit more white in that center area because that's where the scary like evil sun would be. Like it is too hot. Oh, there's a little audio delay when you're on camera 2 but not camera 1. Does it sound fine right in this view? Let me look here. I'm just going to look at something. Thank you for noticing. That's so nice of you. I don't need this on. This will help that at least. Does that sound better? How's this sound now? That fixed it. Well, now that we've already gone through 10 minutes of this, and sorry for the scary reverb, but let's just go in here. You're just going to want to drop it in there and just let it flippity-doo-dah dandy. Okay, so see, I just wanted to have just like a little bit more right there, because with that, you're now sitting on a gold mine. But anyways, it is dreary outside. So that's what motivates me to do this. Is it's so dreary being 100 degrees today that I just was like so drearied out. I was so scared. I mean, are you guys lonely? But anyways, here we are back at Goth Ross. We're continuing down the line. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do the full vision, but I'm going to try to do it in a reasonable amount of time. This is my first live stream, kind of dead stream, scary stream, and I just want to have fun with it. So after you have all that stuff in there, then you just want to kind of like lightly give it a lightness. And what you can do is you can kind of like give it a little bit of the crisscross, or you can do this, and this is kind of my preferred, is you can kind of like mix it up. Don't mix it up too much though. You gotta let it have some of these highlights and weird spots, but you know, you're just trying to give it a little lightness and splashity sploosh, and just trying to have fun with it. And you, once again, you got to clean off your brush, otherwise you're going to start getting it everywhere. That color is going to go all over. So I'm just kind of taking some of that off right now. I actually have another brush, so I'm going to go over to that instead and just continue giving it a little whippet or snippet-er. I want to kind of just lightly give it a whippity snippety. And it can look evil, and that's what's good, because you want it to be as evil as it can be, because that's what's going to be good. If you want it evil, you want it scary, you've come to the right man. I'll show you how to make stuff look scary, and that is my plan. And that's a wrap that I just made up. This is a dead stream. See, so I gotta like lighten it up over here a little bit more, and as you just kind of flippity doo-dah dandy, you make it look like some magical thing, and then just clean it off one more time. And let's just get back in here. Okay, so you have these weird clouds from hell fire, just like up there in the sky, right? Ready and willing and able. So where you want to go next with this is, if you're goth enough, is you got to think about these things. You know, you really, really, really got to think about these things. Like, what is so depressing nowadays? Like, what's the popular depressing thing? And I don't know. To me, the two most depressing things right now are scary castles and caves with a lot of scary red blood in them. And for sure, that is the scariest thing that you can think of. So we're going to get back into it. I just want you guys to just think about what I just said. Remind yourself later that I said it. The other thing you want to do is I still need to look at the sky. This is my first show, so give me a minute. It's going to take me a little minute, okay? But you just want to kind of like, just pull it up a little bit, you know? Just barely touching this thing. But if you pull it up, it looks like it's like doing some magical thing. And you can do it relatively easy. I hope you guys are gothed out. I always like to do a goth painting in the middle of the week. I don't know about you, but I do. And I'll do it happily. And if we get through a full one, that's fine. We don't have television restrictions. We're not on PBS. We don't have to worry about whether or not it's fast enough. This is a little bit longer than what you're used to in your instructional videos of stuff, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, so there you go. What do you think? Scary background? What do you think of that? You like that? You like that scary background? So that's your typical scary sky. Your everyday, run-of-the-mill, scary sky. And I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. It's no trouble. It's no trouble at all. So what you can do is we need to figure out, you got to make some horribly crappy decisions now. Like really like weird crappy decision. So then you have these things called knives, right? These are just your knife. This is your ordinary everyday hunting knife. And you're using it onto the palette of colors and onto the canvas of skin. And what's nice about it is we now need, and let's do one more thing. Before I do that, I just remembered. Hold on. And if you guys want to talk goth fashion or ask me about goth fashion, I'll help you out. But if you just kind of like tap this a little bit, it gives it like a softer edge. So I needed to do that. I just want to make sure this is all good, because you're painting all these dreary colors and all these dreary things in layers. You got to think about it like this is almost like a Photoshop thing, but not exactly. It sort of is, right? So you just kind of have to think of it as like your own Photoshop experimentation. And hold on one second. I'm still just tapping that canvas. Don't get dirty on me. I'm tapping that canvas. Okay. Trying to just give it a nice edge. Just cleaning it up a little bit. These are the steps that kind of like really make it or break it. You can kind of clean it up in a couple spots. And just, it's okay if it's a little dirty because it's all in the same hues. I always like to do the sides of the canvas and, you know. Anyways, I want to show you another fun trick to think about, because I know a lot of you are wondering, when you're painting, how can you dry off the brush properly? Because you have to dry off this brush after you've cleaned it. So you clean it, right? You put it in the paint thinner, clean it off, and then it's wet. And if it's a big brush, such as this one, it's wet now. So what I like to do is take these old bags that they give you when you get groceries that have like protection in them and just beat it in there. You just beat it in there and it's just like beating like a heart. It's like beating of the heart. So anyways, let's get moving forward. This is a little get weird moment. Okay. So next up, I have some wonderful colors that I need to make sure match what my vision is. And you gotta like think about these colors not in the fact of the basics of them, but how they can be combined together. So I have here Van Dyke Brown, and what's the other one? It is Dark Sienna. And then what I want to put in there, but it's not sitting here, hold on, I gotta get it, is Midnight Black. So let me grab that. Found it. God, can't this guy get his stuff together? Like, serious. Like, do you have any questions so far? Like, fashion questions or, like, sad stories? Now, this is a big tube, but this is Midnight Black. Okay, so I'm going to get some of that on there too, because you need it. Midnight Black is a good color for what I need, because I only like the scary, sad, dark, bloody colors. Boring. Anyways, if you take these colors and kind of mix them together on the and it would be on this knife, this hunting knife. You want to get the color, you know, mixed together, but not too much. And then you just like cut across it, so you have like this little dab of color. And what I want to do now is kind of roughly sketch in like where would Dracula's castle be, you know? You got to think about that. So then you just got to make some terrible decisions and just like put it on here and just you just got to roughly get it in there. You don't need it. You're more worried about the edge of this color that you're putting on than anything else. So I'm just going to kind of get a bunch of it on there. And if you notice, the reason why I'm doing this is because then it starts looking like stone. Okay, so then you kind of rough in where Dracula's castle would be. Like the first part of Dracula's castle. Let's get a close-up so you can see maybe a little different view. So if you come in here and you just kind of like put it on there, right? You just put it on. And I'm going to have this a little bit more detailed than a normal simple painting. So I gotta really think about where this is. Isn't that nice? So you start getting scared. It's fun to do painting, but fun to me is like sitting in a dark, empty room for 4 weeks without food or water or anything. But anyways, it's just like, get back into it, okay? I want to make sure the edge is cool on that, because you can always change the inside. It's like but you want to have that edge right of what you're thinking, you know? So I need, that's why I keep looking back here, because I referenced this image that I drew of this earlier today, and I just want to make sure it's the same, okay? So then you can kind of like go out here with it, and it's good if you paint. You just use this. You just use the knife. You know, use this hunting knife to just live out your dreams, and just let stuff. Just get all sad there on the canvas, and just have fun with it in a different kind of sad, depressing, boring way. But look at this. This is so much fun. You can do it. I trust you. Now, I did live with Dracula for a long time, and I know how goth he really is. So, with that being said, I got to do another color on there just so it like differentiates. So then I just bring in this Van Dyke brown. You want to roll it off of there and then get one line of it once again, and then just kind of throw it in here, throw it in the mix. And it's probably hard for you viewers at home to see the difference in color, but with the variations, it starts to really become something. So you want to clean off your brush, or clean off your knife, because it probably has gore all over it, paint gore. And then you want to just come back in and get some more paint on it. And this is where it starts to really start to get scary, because you start seeing things in your vision and it becomes very nerve-wracking. Okay, so there's your basic like castle. It's just one layer of it. You got to think of it that way. It's one layer of what you need to do. So let me clean off my knife. How are you doing? How are you? So what kind of goth music do you usually listen to while while you're painting. That's the other thing. You usually don't listen to some guy rambling on and on about paint all the time. But sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this liner brush because it's very, very, very thin, see? Very thin. And it's so I can finish the detailing on this castle, okay? That's kind of what I want to do, and I'm going to do it, okay? I just want to get it done. So what I'll do is I will take a little bit of the liquid clear, and I'll take a little bit of the depressing black color, and I just need to make this look more like a real castle because this is bullshit. So we got to get up here, come back up here, and just kind of decide what is this place. And it's off in the distance, so it doesn't need to have like some crazy detail. But it does need to feel a little bit more like a real place. That liquid clear, if it's not sticking very well, the paint, just add more liquid clear to it, and it will. Make sure you wash your brush. And remember, everything that you do when you're painting is a mistake. So don't worry about it that much when it doesn't work out. Now this is an additional step that you wouldn't normally do in a painting like this, but I want to. I gotta keep looking at my reference, hold on. Okay, right now I'm just trying to put in all those scary little spires and weird little places that are on scary castles. Every scary castle has scary spires and all that kind of stuff. And it's good because as you're doing this, it seems like you're messing everything up, and you are. So it's fine. Just know that you did mess it up, and it is your fault that it did turn out that way. The more you can put in with this kind of stuff, the more it kind of gives it like a realistic vibe. And I would normally spend days on stuff like this, but since I'm so famous now, I don't have to. I can do it in a matter of seconds. Okay, so it's kind of like this weird, scary castle. It's still not exactly what I want exactly, so let me just keep going. There's just like a certain kind of thing that has to happen. And oil lets you do a lot of stuff. And the more like little areas that you fill, the more it's going to kind of give it a layered look that all the goth girls at the club will be just dying for. So see, it's getting scary back there. I don't know if you guys think it's getting scarier, but I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. This thing is way off in the distance, so if I add all these like little platforms and like different colors, it gives it this distance. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but what's the best goth trend of your life? Think about it. And if you answer correct, I'll try to get this done in a matter of seconds. Okay, so that's looking good. I gotta look at my reference again. This is so boring. My God. What's wrong with you? Okay, so I'm gonna clean this off even more just because it needs to be clean. It's gotta be clean, man. It's gotta be clean. Okay, so what was I just gonna do? I was gonna add in a couple very small just a couple details, and they're all going up. So it makes this thing look otherworldly. Now I don't want to mess this up, so I gotta be very careful how I treat this over here with these spires. I don't want them to be overwhelming, but I want them to be rigid. Very rigid. Very scary. So, see, as you put more of those in there, they seem like they're further off in the distance. So let me get closer in there again, because we've been on this view for too long. You're watching me do that. But see, you can see the edge of it. You can see it's just a very scary place off in the distance. And I just want to add in as many little details and areas in here as I can so it feels really big. You too will soon be the gothiest painter in town. And a lot of people like that. They really do. They really, really do. Now, I don't want to like go too crazy. You don't want to overwork anything, Because once you overwork it, it's just not going to look good anymore. So don't overwork anything. Just know that what you've done is sort of decent, but could have been better if you would have really tried. But since you didn't try and you're just copying stuff that you drew earlier, you're just going to screw it all up again. Aren't you? Does this still sound okay for you? So one little trick, now that I've put all that work into that, is once again using the knife, the smaller knife. Is an inch, the inch long, the inch knife. Just get in there with it. I just want to kind of like just want to dig this into the canvas a bit and just kind of work on this texture a little bit more here, because that's what makes it look scary. So you can kind of get a little nervous with this, and not even know it. Okay. Since this is off in the distance, it doesn't need to be like super realistic. Perfect, you know what I mean? Okay, so what you want to do now is, I'm going to start, this is where I'm getting excited. This is where I'm getting a little bit scared, but still excited. And this is a thing that a lot of people like in life. So what you can do is you can go into your painting again and just kind of like with a dry brush, bring it down a little bit and like slightly just terrorize the canvas. Slightly terrorize that canvas and just bring it down a notch. And dry it and wash off and clean off your bristles. Clean them bristles. And you can actually do the same thing here and just kind of like bring it up just slightly, just barely touching it. It'll just give it this airy, weird feeling. And that's good, because then it feels like it's even further away. And you'll never get there. You'll just be so scared by the time you get there that you won't know what to do. A lot of this is just kind of like figuring out how can you get rid of brush strokes and clean it up and keep it scary and keep it fun and wonder what is that back there, you know. And you can actually, I'm still going to go up just lightly. And then come across again. And it's starting to come together finally there. And just come across again. And it just kind of like softens it up. And then you have that ready good. Yeah. See, it looks nice. So what I wanted to do next is I just got to get on with the show. When I think about how long it takes me to do this versus somebody else I know who did this, it sure is taking a long time. So anyways, now I'm going to come in here, take some of the Midnight Black again, put it on the big brush, and I want to put some little terrifying indicators that something scary is happening in the background over there. So I'll probably add in just a dab of the liquid clear. Just helps it so it sticks better. And let's just kind of like come in here and I just want some terrifying stuff that is going on in the background. You know, off in the distance, there's some scary, like, weird trees or something. Like, where are we? What is this place? It's evil. It's evil. And it's good to make those sounds, because then you get more into it. But what I'm trying to do here is just make it look like something is blurry and your eyes are kind of blurred out, looking at the center. And I'm going to start adding in a lot of scary red. Okay? A lot of scary red. This is where your reds come in. But what you can do, before I even do that, is first dry out, first wash off your brushes. And you can see that 95% of the painting that we do here is about washing your darn tootin' brushes. You know what I mean? And that's a downright sad reality. But anyways, I need to get more red. So we're gonna get the red and put it out on the table. Let's get some more red in there. I need to go get it. See how long this takes if you don't have everything that's just sitting there ready to go? So I'm getting more bright red. Okay? Because I want this to be scarier down below. So I want to get more red in there. I guess. So you just go get it. So you get your red. And I can tell you everything that you're doing is wrong. Everything I'm doing is wrong, but we're doing it together. So see, I'm adding a lot more red down here now. Because, and I'm bringing it like in a certain direction because I want it to be that realistic kind of vibe down there. I mean, you got to think about it. It can get scary down in there. So this is with a 2-inch brush. Just kind of mystifying the whole thing, but adding in that color because that's what I want in there. This is the fun part, is when you get a hair in there. Look at this. I can't even get it off. It won't come off. There it goes. You can always fix it, see? So if you get a hair on there, just pull it off. Don't worry about it. You're not going to mess it up. This paint takes forever to dry. So I need to wash my brush. Dry it off. Get your bag, because that's the best way to do it. Darn tootin'. Then you dry that brush off. It's all dry now. And now I can go back and get this going on. So it's okay, so it's getting a little bit bloodier down there. I'm getting freaky, for sure. I'm trying to find my picture that I did earlier. This takes a long time, guys. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I just want it to be like exactly right. And the more red that you add in here, the better off. And what's nice is that now you can take this, the darker red, bring it in here, because you want to offset that castle. This isn't really, this is like a lower level hell down in here that I'm trying to build. And because what I want to do, and you have to do that with your knife again, is now I want to put some stalactites and stalagmites in there. But just to begin, instead of that, I need to get this doorway in here. So I wanted to have like a little doorway in here. And that's all you got to do. To have like a little doorway. Okay, so there's like a little doorway there. Clean off your knife. And I think what I'm going to do is take one of these other brushes, kind of clean that up a bit. And this is just kind of showing where it's going to be. I'll most likely do a little bit more work on that, just so I know that it's there. Because what I want to do to make it really scary is add a cave system in there, you know? And the other thing I want to do is I just need to get my knife going here because the other trick that I wanted to show you is I need to get some stalactites going on in here. Okay, so that's kind of my goal. So just get some stalactites. And they can be in there wherever. Just make sure that they're mostly straight up, and if they're not, then just kind of work it through. Everything you're doing is wrong. And what you have to do is you gotta like come across here. Need to just like do the layering, and what you can do next, so it gets a little bit more exciting, because I don't need to really worry about this down here. I'm just trying to get the placement of things, because this is gonna all change anyways. Look at that. There's going to be a cave down there. It's going to be nasty. Right? It's going to be nasty. But if I get this whole edge built out of where the edge of the cave is, so it's like you always want to kind of go with the lay of the land. And you'll see what happens up here in a minute. I'm just trying to show you where the cave is. And it's taken a long time. And I know, if you have to go, don't worry, it's fine. I know that you meant to stay, but I know that it's taken a long time. But don't worry about it, you're gonna have to wait. Because it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Okay. It's the first episode, though, you know? You just gotta deal with it. Deal with it, deal with it. Trying to dry this brush off, so once again, you take your... There you go. Done. Dunsies. And I just want to kind of tap this a bit to get this kind of a misty meadows up there. Okay. Because then what you do after you clean your brush off again, this takes forever. Don't be worried it's taking you forever, because you're not very good yet. And once you get good, you'll be able to do this better. But what I want to do now is get back into the red, get a little bit of the liquid clear. Just load this brush up, the bristles, this 2-inch, and just kind of put in some implied bushes or whatever you want to call them. Okay. There could be trees in here. I'm so nervous because I'm sweating. I'm so nervous that you're not gonna like me anymore. Please tell me you like me. But if you keep bringing these guys in, it looks like there's a bunch of plant life over here now, right? And it's all about getting these layers, so I need to get more of the red. Where I put the red? You must have stole it. Did you guys sell my red? There it is, found it. Okay, here it is. Ooh, came out all juicy. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you for liking me. I hope that this will be scary enough to tell your children about someday. You just want to get some trees in here, so you got to think about it. You got to think about how they would kind of be in here, because it's kind of like a fantasy zone. And what helps sell it is when you have just layers and layers of BS in there, and then it can become your wallpaper or whatever, screensaver. I'm just continuing to just dab in my little tree area. Okay. I guess, whatever this is. I just kind of came up with the trees on the fly for some reason. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And if you guys stay up all night watching this, subscribe or like or share. I'm going to be doing a lot of these things every now and then. Even if this first one doesn't turn out good, I'm going to keep it on the down low. So see, then you have all this stuff here. Once again, you want to wash off your stupid brush. Wash that dorky brush off. And then get it in the bag. Can you believe it takes this long? That is the depressing thing. Is how long it actually takes to do this crap. Is not like the other guy who can do it in like 20 minutes. I don't do that, obviously. And I'm sweating like the dickens in here. It was a hot day. It was a hot day in the old town tonight. Huh. But look at this, it's white. And then you can kind of like just bring in a couple little areas of it. Of just like some white spectacle. I like to do it completely wrong, because everything can be wrong if you want it to be. So then bring some of this white over here. Just tap her on in. And if you guys are DVRing this, congrats to you that you were able to do that. Really happy for you. I'm gonna come back in here a little bit and just kind of rough that up a little bit. This is supposed to be like a cave entrance, so we got to get it to look that way as much as possible. I know it's going to be a challenge, but I believe in you. I believe you can do it. I believe in everything. So guys, what do you think? Like, is this your favorite show now? Over like anything on Netflix or not? Because I'm going to be really sad if you say it's not very good. This is my first one. I'm just trying to do something cool. It's a little bit challenging because you're on, you know, you're never done this before. You're wondering why the hell am I making this thing? And, you know, it's scary. It's nervous. It's nerve-wracking. If you just kind of bring in a couple different little areas here, it'll look like, I don't know. Other tricks that you can do is you can just add in a bunch of sticks and stuff, but I'm gonna probably come in here and add in some tree branches and whatnot. But this knife comes in handy when you just want to make it look like it's like a bunch of weird trees out here. You can even have it kind of come up on a couple areas. Don't go overboard, but you know what I'm saying. When you get your canvas and you properly prep it, you can do the same thing if you want. So what I'll do now is take some of this Van Dyke brown and this other brown that I got on here. I keep forgetting the name of it. And I'll put some on there. And then I'll just put in a couple little scary impressions in here of some logs. They're just impressions. They're not real logs, obviously. So you just put them in there. Put a couple over here. And then what you can do is there's a lot of cleaning. Is you can take your liner brush, dip it in the clear, get more of this midnight black, And then just add in a couple extra branches and just kind of get with it, you know, get with the program. And you know, trees are real, but they should be alone. They're evil, but they're awesome too. So you just draw them in. And I remember going and getting into a haunted cemetery up there in Cripple Creek. Or not Cripple Creek, but Central City. And seeing a ghost with all these people. And I remember thinking, all these people are here and we all saw a ghost. Or was it a ghost and it was just a person? But anyways, who cares about that anyways? So there you have a bunch of trees now. I don't know if it's probably hard to tell what's going on. Let's go over to this screen. You can kind of get a vibe for what's up over here. See, I'm just kind of like just adding in some branches, making sure that all the layering looks right. Just bringing in more so it feels like these are real trees. Okay. Pretty scary. Pretty scary. He's really doing it. How long has it taken so far? So this has been how long? Probably like an hour and a half. What time is it? Oh, it's taken me 2 hours. Or no, it's taking me an hour and 15 minutes so far. So it's a lot longer than I expected, but still pretty rad. I'm gonna kind of start like cleaning up these this stuff down in here because it doesn't look right, and it's better to do it just a real fine brush to really get it right. I'm just trying to get a little bit of stalagmite kind of vibe going on here. And I'm just trying to show you that you can do it. You can make stalagmites. You can make stalactites. You can tidy whitey. You can do anything you want on the canvas if you know how to do art. Serpy's wondering why it's taking me so long tonight to do this painting, and I'm trying to explain it to her telepathically that it's because I'm scared and it's for my first show and I can't get past the sky that I made. It's just lovely. It's just a lovely, lovely sky. What I like is surrealism. So when I start painting this stuff, it's not about trying to make it look real, obviously. But there are different techniques that make it feel cooler. And that's what I'm trying to get at here, is just getting a good technique in. This is just kind of like putting in a bunch of texture for the ceiling that's supposedly in here. Okay? Because there should be an inner ceiling that kind of like comes through, and it's just implied once again, but it's in there. And this is such a shiny application of color that it's probably scary for you to get scared. But you can tell, look at the intention of fear and terror and gothiness to go along with my name is already intact. Whether this thing turns out good in the long run or if it's just garbage. I would like to give you guys the opportunity at this point in time to decide if I'm worth it or not. It's up to you. Tell me now. I'd like to know, am I worth it? And this is where I'm going to start adding in, like, on the bottoms here, it's just kind of adding in a level of the floor being in there. Okay. It's just scary down in there. Same with this. This one obviously made it down to the floor, I guess. And you can just put the floor in. Just put it in there. It's a scary floor. There's one big element of surprise coming up that I really just need to make sure that you're here for. But now I'm going to start doing the thing where I'm pulling everything up. Because when you pull it up, it has a unified look and it feels more realistic. Okay? And make sure that this edge of sanity is visible into the cave. And you folks at home, you can spend as much time on this or as little time as you want. I'm a perfectionist. I'm going to start figuring out how I can do this faster for you. But right now, this is just what you have to deal with. And I'm going to give you one more hint here at the end. Watch this after I get here. So this is just like the layer of this stuff. And I'm just trying to get as drippy and drainy as I can. So what you have to do to really kind of make this cooler... Hold on 1 second. Gotta clean off my brush. Again. And I gotta clean this brush off. Again. Yep. Dry it off. Again. I just can't get enough of it. I can't get enough. Don't hate yourself. You're beautiful. But what you gotta do is, like, I just want to mystify this. Or just lightly just kind of... And you just do it up and down. You can do it crisscross. But I'm just trying to mellow out the overall picture here. I can't believe you guys are still up watching this garbage. I'm still just trying to decide how I'm going to handle some parts of this. But what you can do, here's another fun little trick, is you can take your knife, your favorite thing. You can take that. You can take a little bit of the brown, little brown town, and just give a little edge here. So I can't tell where the edge of this is. And if you bring in just a little bit of bring in a little bit of it, then at least it feels like an edge. Paintings can take forever, especially if you don't do them constantly. If you are doing them constantly, even then, I mean, they can take forever to get them exactly how you're envisioning. So don't beat yourself up over it like I am when it takes too long, because even though it's taking too long, it'll be worth it, I guess. Sorta. I'm just adding in some more details and surprises over here on the edges. It's probably hard to tell what I'm doing because everything's so freaking dark. But it's all coming together. Let's talk. Let's break. Let's talk. Let's break. Hi. Are you still there, or are you just gone now? It takes a while, you can see. Sometimes I have to give my back a little bit of a break because it hurts to stand and have to clean your brushes every 10 minutes. If nothing else, the sky is cool on this one. I'm gonna just, while I'm talking to you right now, I'm just kind of going in and adding some more. Some more detail to the stalactites. You can just like put a layer of paint over here, and let me just, here, I'll swip it over, swoop. You can put layers of paint over each other in thick amounts sometimes, and it looks very interesting. And then you just kind of like, it's all an illusion. So the more the illusion just kind of comes through in the technique that you use, the more it's going to be realistic for the viewer at the end, if that makes sense. You just need to get your techniques down, and then you can do anything you want. But until then, you're going to be struggling. And that's fine, because struggling is goth. And I like to be a struggling goth in today's modern society. But, yep, there you go. I'm not really where I want to be with this one yet. I need to just do some more work on it to get it to the right spot. But we're getting there. Now I'm just kind of adding in some fun party jokes. You like it or not? I mean, it's up to you guys if it's any good. I'm just trying to still add in more, you can add in all these textures to kind of give it a more of a edge. We got Mikey Unlikely in here for the first episode ever of this intense Goth Ross experience that's more depressing than any other show, bar none. Easily the worst thing I've ever seen. And just fun. Just a lot of fun. I'm going to do one last thing to just kind of like edge this out before I haven't even gotten into the cave part yet. This is taking too long. And Slurpy's getting tired. I can hear her in the other room. Slurpy's getting very tired. But I have to... The problem is, when you do an oil painting, you have to finish it. If you don't finish it, and you let it sit, you can screw it up. I mean, you have time, and I could go back tomorrow and fix it. But I want to get it mostly done now. And that's what's scary, because I don't know if I like it. Okay, so what you can do now is add in some highlights, some lowlifes, just like Mikey says. I just want to kind of add in a little bit of intrigue. You're just like barely touching it to just give it a little bit of a rock kind of vibe on the edge. Because the edge would be rock. So I'm just kind of getting some white, letting it fall off. You know, bring in some more brown. I'm just trying to give this edge a little bit more oomph. And I don't even know why. Slurpy's crying. It's hard to do a live show because you gotta let your dog out. You gotta have fun. And you can't. You can't on a live show. You gotta let your dog poop in the house. Poop and pee. Both poop and pee in the house. All at the same time. This side is proving a challenge for me because of the light placement. But I can still do it. And I still am doing it. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of spunk and energy. That's a little bit more energy than I normally can deal with. And what's going to be important from here on out as I learn is that I can't have a show lasting this long. Because this is taking too long, and now you know that it actually kind of does take a little bit longer than usual. But it's fine. It's your guys' fault. Still trying to add in just like a little bit of edge. Okay? So I have a little bit more edge on there. It's hard to see it. But it's there. Oh my god. Okay, so then after you've added in your edge, I'm starting to lose my mind, I think. It's because I didn't think it was going to take me all night. I didn't think this was going to take all night, but that's just so god. That's what's so long about this. I think if you just kind of like now just soften the edge in here, then it's gonna feel better. So what you do is you soften your edges. Even if you're sad about them and you think it sucks, you just gotta soften your damn edges and shut the hell up and just do it. And quit being a baby about everything. So just, even if it goes over the cave edge there, it's just good to have this soft edge. Just better. And it's just funky. It's Funkatron. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so there you go. You have a haunted house. Here's a haunted house. I gotta look at my old drawing and see what the hell I was thinking. Hold on. I just want this thing to turn into a scary old haunted house. So I'm gonna start doing what I thought would help make it scarier. Okay? And sometimes what that is just taking a fan brush. And just kind of like coming in here and just giving it some layers and depth. So it's hard to tell what the hell's going on in this weirdo area underneath here. I don't know what the hell is happening, and I don't know why I did it. But it's scary, and I guess that's why I did it. What you do now, though, is you just take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I'm just gonna start putting in, like, cause down here there's like some liquid. So I'm just going to kind of do one of those, and then come across. Soapy's like, what in the hell are you doing down here? And I'm just like, I don't know. Trying to make something cool, and I don't know if I like it, but it's fine. It's the first show, and you gotta doubt yourself. Always doubt yourself, because when you doubt yourself, then you don't get a big head and think you're a famous person ever in life, and you don't want to come across as a dork. So don't be a jerk and make scary paintings and wonder what the hell they're supposed to mean, and what is this? What am I doing here? What is this thing? It's scary. That's all I know. See, then you can kind of come up in here and just kind of like fluff it up a bit. And then when you fluff it up, it just makes it look more like a bunch of plant life rather than a mess up like it was looking like before. Just go with the lay of the land and fluff it up a little bit, and it'll look better. It's a little bit scarier, a little bit more rock and roll. Okay, now I just want to finish the bottom, and this is where I got to get this done. So it's up to you guys to help me make it happen. If I can't do it in the next half hour, I give up, and I ain't doing this crap ever again. Okay? So let's just get in there. Once again, haunted house, getting freaky. See, it's just getting scary over here. You can see on this edge. You can come over here. You can see it's scary here. You can see me. I look scary. I don't know what this painting is. It is a scary haunted house. I don't know. I'm just trying to do something different, not just, you know, what you would expect. If you put in some like white, just lightly white, it'll like, it looks just a little bit scarier. See? And then it's like some light got down in there and it is haunted and it was scary, and I don't want it to be too bright. See, I just want it to kind of be a little mellower, but I want it to be there because then it looks like there's layers of color and layers of energy. Okay, so let's just keep going with this. Slurpee is getting very nervous, I can tell. She's wondering what's taking me so damn long tonight, and I am wondering the same thing. But sometimes you gotta just enjoy having fun with your friends, right? And that's what you guys are. You guys are my friends tonight. So here's what I wanted to do. Not with this brush. This is the wrong brush to be doing this with. Thanks for enjoying this Goth Ross evening with me, regardless if you've left or not. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying my company. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I just want to highlight right now. I'm just trying to get a little path and a little bit of energy going on in these crystals. Trying to get some crystal magic. Which can be scary for young people. But I need to do a couple things because there's just a couple very important elements. This is just like some scary nightmare for me. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm definitely having a nightmare experience. It's been very scary. I want to put some dirt, some ground in there. So I'm going to try to get a little ground in there right now. Okay? Just down in here. Yeah. See, I already screwed this up bad. It's okay. I'm just trying to get a cave ground in there. But as you can tell, even when you screw up, you don't really screw up. You can fix anything and make it look cool. But right now I'm just screwing it up. And it's good because Goth Ross likes to make himself feel bad, to get other people to feel bad for him. So that's good. Maybe. It's a scary little cave system down there. Sometimes you have to get to a point where you're like, all right, I've lost my mind. What am I going to do next? And that's what I'm doing right now. Oh my god. I wanted, like, I'm just trying to get a I'm just trying to make it look good, but I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. So that's good news. I'm just wanting to get this like ground looking okay over here, and it just it just isn't exactly what I want. You know what I mean? You know, and you just don't quite get it. So what I'm going to do is there's one more element that I wanted to add in here. And then we're going to call it an evening. Because I feel like the cave, I think it's kind of like what I want it to be. And I can always come back to it tomorrow. And just kind of fine tune this cave. Because it's not going to dry very fast. That's the thing about all of this, is that it doesn't dry very fast. So let's get our dirt or our ground in here. You probably heard Slurpee the slappery sloopery dog. She was being slippery. But it's interesting to think that I thought this was gonna be okay. It's just not yet. Not yet there. Not yet. I don't know what the hell. What I wanted to tell you guys is that over here, to keep with the tradition of gothiness and to add one more level of scariness, and the thing that I think should be in every painting is a little graveyard. So what you can do, and see, you can come in here and have your ground in here, right? Which I'm trying to get to look okay. It's kind of like, it's not really ground, it's like more of like a, you know, like when a cave has like a walkway that there's water over here. Are you guys still there? Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna have to go over to this painting. we're gonna have to go over there because that died. So let's move this over. You guys aren't here anymore. You're like, this is taking too long. And I don't mind that it's taking too long, but it is taking too long. God damn it. But, you know, people like long format, just like Mikey said. I don't know. I don't like long format, so this is already way too long for me. I'm bored, and I'm the one making the damn thing. Okay, so I gotta get moving here. I'm trying to add in just a little bit of something on the edge that makes it like maybe there's something growing there, or, you know, like, what is that? So I'm just adding that in. Just adding in just like a little bit of a detail to this walking path that's in this weird area. Okay. We're almost done, okay? I swear. So close. I'm gonna fix up the rest of it tomorrow. But now you can see the mental process. You like this cam better? I love your iPhone cameras, looking great. Let's see, I'll try to angle it a little better. Okay, you can kind of see. What I wanted to do was just kind of like mystify this a little bit more, because this water is just not exactly what I was expecting it to be, but you can always fix it. Fix it in post. It's like, what is down in this little weird cave system? Well, we found it. And then if you bring over, if you kind of like at the bottom of these, just kind of cover it a little bit, it looks like it's going under the water. So this, and it's not water down here, because water ain't goth. Water ain't goth one bit, and I ain't gonna stand for it. This is actually blood, okay? And see, I'm still kind of fixing up this. That's what's nice about doing oil, is you have time to kind of like fix it up and layer it so it looks better. Slurpee. Slurpee has a problem with licking her legs so much that she, like, I don't know. What you do is you kind of like do this and then kind of bring it over a little bit, and then that will make the edge look more like water. And it over here, there's just a little bit of highlighting of the water. It'll feel like water's over there. I gotta get one more thing on this and I'll feel good about it, okay? At least for tonight and with you guys. This is my first painting. I hope you enjoyed yourself and got to see what it's like to struggle through your emotions while you're painting. But that's what happens every time. So you gotta be careful on this. I don't know, man. I feel like I need to get... This is getting messy. Oh no, I just made a big mess on the floor there. What am I doing? Oh my god, it's so messy. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you guys right now that this is the messiest thing in the world. Is oil painting is too messy, and it is disgusting. You come out of it feeling like disgusting when you're done. I do not know how the guy named Bob was able to keep himself as clean as he was. Because it is impossible. Okay, so look at this. You take your white and then you... Oh man, I screwed that up. Okay. you take your white, add a couple other colors into it. You have to like cut through it. There's like a special technique for how you do the cutting through so you get like just like this line of paint in there. Oh my god, I'm getting paint all over my computer now. Oh my gosh, that was a bad idea. Okay. If you can bear with me for a minute, I just need to clean that. That was a bad idea. My hands are so dirty. And I just am making the biggest mess of my life in here. And it's really embarrassing. I'm going to be cleaning all night for the next 100 years. Oh my god, I am so... Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm still here with you. I'm here. The other camera died earlier because it's taking me too long to do this. It's almost been 2 hours. But that's good because I wanted to get to 2 hours and show how long it takes to get to 2 hours to paint something. And right now that's where I'm at. I'm at 2 hours and it took that long to do this. But I wanted to do one last thing here with the, I'm gonna cut this in. It's just... nothing's working for me today, but this is looking better. I think that you just gotta be patient with yourself and just know that nothing is set in stone. And nothing is wrong except for everything that you do. Okay. I just want to put some indications, sad little scary little indications in there. And then let's see if we can finish this guy up for tonight. I don't know if you have any questions. I wanted this to be more of a format that is self-explanatory, but it's fine. There's 2 more techniques I'm going to do, and then I'm going to call it good for tonight. I want to get in, and I'm just tapping in a little bit of red. I just want to get in some stuff going on here on the edge. Who knows what it is? It's just red. What I like about this is it's sad. It's scary. You can't tell what the hell's going on here. I don't even know what this painting is anymore. It's just terrifying, really. Look at it. I've lost my mind, and I don't know. I've lost my freaking mind tonight, which is good. It's good news, I guess. Okay. And I'm getting there. See, the real process of doing this kind of thing is getting to a point where you feel good enough add some darker area in there. And our overall objective of trying to just make this thing scary as heck, I think that we're getting there, you know? It's just needing a little bit of stand back, check it out, look it over, think about it, have fun, think about it more, think it over, wonder if you wasted your money buying this stuff, move on with your life, do something else. You're not here. This is what happens when it's gone too long, you see. So for my first show, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Could have been better. Not very good. F minus. Terrible. Worst paintings. Worst painting techniques I've ever seen. But I tried, you know, I tried for you, I did it for you. It's a scary scene, there's a stupid castle, there's a freaking cave. You left early. But it is scary, I guess. Oh God. Sometimes you go insane. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. It's okay to go crazy. And you can fix your painting later. We set the world record. Longest easy painting ever. And I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 5 for the actor. Not very good. Acting not very good, but very goth at the same time. Very goth. It took 2 hours. I don't know if it looks good. But I tried to make your day sorta better. I'm just kind of trying to fix this area up a bit, give it a little bit detailing. It's kind of like there's like weird spittles of blood up on that weird ass I can't even finish the sentence right now because I just want to get this to a good spot. It's hard to feel good about an idea sometimes, and that's what I'm trying to teach you. I even do it. It's easy to just get crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Damn it. I just keep on drying it off. It's just a scary, scary cave. Caves can get scary like this. They can be all red with red blood in them. How about that for sore eyes? I am so sweaty. I'm the sweatiest goth in town. Very sweaty. Very moist, but very sweaty. Just kind of fixing this up a bit on the edges here. Because it's a weird edge. It's haunted. It's haunted, alright. Okay, so close to saying, hey, it is what it is for now. And like I said, you have some time. You can do some things with this, even after the fact. Just giving it a little bit of more. Okay, so the other thing, last thing, okay, I swear, I keep saying this last thing. This is the last thing, because I gotta go to bed. It's too late. Slurpy's gotta go to the vet in the morning. Because I'm gonna take more of the midnight black, a little bit of the brown, and that's the Van Dyke brown. And I'm just gonna kind of like get a little bit of a line in here. You know, if you just put like a little bit of a line, make it a little bit darker. That way it has like an edge. Some more black. Some more brown. Black. Okay. My dog totally wants to go to the bathroom. Just kind of put a little bit more detail in the edging. I just wanted to make sure that the dark area was underneath. It's a little bit darker on this side, which is kind of cool. If you're still here, I'd like to get your social security number. No. I just want to get your thumbs of approval. Once I say, yo, MTV Raps, I want you to tell me what you thought. Was it scary enough? Did you get impacted by it emotionally, physically? Where did Midnight Black go? Why did you keep losing all these colors? Where's your organization skills? Sorry, I'm a little bit crazy. Okay, I can't find my Midnight Black, but I know it's here, so let's just find it. It's gotta be, there it is, found it. Okay. Just need a little bit more of the Midnight Black. Okay. Just trying to... See, I'm more of a detail-oriented painter, so it's hard for me to just, like, do a painting in a half hour and call it good. Fixing this edging a little bit more. It's always the edging that I'm kind of like trying to get perfect. Because you have to have that separation in there. Especially like over here. And once again, if it's not sticking, you just... You just add a little bit more thinner or liquid white or liquid clear. That's the only part of it that I'm not liking right now. And you can tell. And you're probably like, Goth Ross, you did it again this time, didn't you? And you may be right. I maybe did. There, that's better. That's much better. And now I'm kind of like giving it just a little bit more, just giving it a little bit more on the edges, right? If I kind of break it up a bit. Oh, my back. It'll look more like a cave entrance. And it's really been kind of like a little bit of progress to get it to this point. Took a while. Took a while. Took me a while. Are you there, Candies and Cocoa? Are you getting nervous? I'm trying to get this to be the best painting I've ever done in my life for you. And since my other camera died, it's been a little bit challenging. So I'm just trying to just kind of get this to a point where I can say, okay, it's good enough for now, and let's work on it later. Because sometimes you got to do that. It's very close. It's very scary. It's very nervous. But I don't know. It's going to take me a little bit of time to really get my brain thinking that I did something that was worthwhile. Oh my gosh. No, it's fine. Nothing is worthwhile. But you guys are goth, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine and dandy for me. Trying to give this door just a little oomph. A little bit more oomph. Gotta kind of like texture stuff, you know? You texture the wall a little bit back here. You give it some like lines, and the more little lines and crap like that you put in your painting, the more it's like it feels like it took 7 years to do it. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of Ric Flair, as they call it in the industry. It's hard to see it because my other camera died. I'm so sorry. But I'm glad that you're still here with me. If you are. If you aren't, hasta la vista, baby. So I hope you had candies and cocos. Thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure. If pleasure is pain. Because my back hurts now. And I feel like 1,000,000 days have gone by. Because this has taken me forever. Usually it doesn't take me this long, but I was nervous. You guys made me nervous as hell. So I blame a lot of that on you. But I tried. Bacchiotomy? I do. After this, I had to bend over so much today. And this may have been one of the hardest paintings to do because there's very little light in here. Which is something I don't recommend ever again. You have to have enough light to really see what you're doing. And I didn't give myself more than one light, so I have to kind of bend over to look really close. But that's fine. You're doing great. You guys are sick. You guys are nasty. Okay, dry brush. I just want to kind of... You've got to kind of lightly clean up those edges. Weird painting. Weird. Well, thanks for staying up with me. I hope you fall asleep soon, because this took too long. But it was fun. It was a first try. Next time I'm going to do something a little bit easier. A little bit more set in stone. But as you can tell, you can do anything you want in life. And if you want to do a painting that's scary, go ahead and do it. It's up to you. It's your life. It's not mine. I don't care what you do. You can do anything. It's your life, and you're just a partier. You're just crazy partiers, and just ravers. You guys are ravers. Look at that. Painting. Okay, so I'm going to say now you can see, look at how long you can mess around with this oil. I mean, it's insane. You can really just paint for hours and hours and fix and redo things and try something else if it didn't look right. Add on to stuff. Get nasty. Get wicked. Get wild. Get freaky. I'm gonna go get myself a bacchiotomy. What a weird painting. Once again, if I had to rate what I did today, I did one of the weirdest paintings I think I've ever done. I don't know. I don't know what I think of it or not. But that's fine. I'm going to soften this up a bit up here because I noticed that. If you soften it up, it kind of helps it out a lot because it gives it more depth and it feels like it's back set. If you just give it a little bit of softening. Especially at the top of the stalagmites. All right. There you go. I'm going to call it good for now. And I might revisit it tomorrow. That's the beauty of painting. You never have to be done. And sometimes I'll let it dry and paint a little bit more over it. But look at that. There you go. It's a scary scene. It's a very scary scene. And it could be in the backdrop of any child's heart. It is definitely terrifying nightmare. And that's the point of my show, is to give you all nightmares. So if you come home tomorrow with nightmares, send them to me. Send me your nightmares. Send them to me, P.O. Box. Or non-P.O. Box. Whatever one you want. This is a weird scene. Once again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but it is a strange, bizarre painting. Easily the weirdest painting I've done in my life, maybe, because I don't know what the hell is the point. But the point is, nightmares do come true. Thank you again. Wow, you stayed up real late tonight, 11:30, 12:30 at night. You like this painting? What do you think? I think it's okay. It took me too long to do the cave. I'm surprised I spent so much time down here in the cave and it still kind of looks the same. So you might still see things you want to fix up a little bit, and that's fine. Fix them. Fix them up while you can. Better fix them now than try to fix them when they're totally dry. Because it's going to suck, because you're going to have to try to paint over it and it blends something that's already dried. Doesn't work. But it's super spooky. This is what it's like to be a boy. Like me. It is like this. This is what it's like to be a nice little boy. We were able to accomplish the fact that it's sort of okay. Sort of looks good. And even when you think your painting is sort of good, some people might think it's really good. Okay, I'm gonna do one last thing. Okay, swear to God, this is it. Okay, and then we'll call it a day. My God, I'm in a dip down doozy. This is all I wanted to do. Just imply some dirt edge here to this weird muck. Add more liquid. It's not sticking. Oh man. It's just adding a little bit of extra dirt to make it feel like it's grounded in here. God, I spent a lot of time on that, didn't I? Okay, and then that's it. After that, I gotta do one last thing, and that is just go to bed. Because I've been up all night, and this is driving me nuts. I'm just gonna make that a little bit softer. What a weird edge. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. You guys did great. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again for joining. This is the first episode of Goth Ross. You can see you can pretty much get a whole painting done sort of in one night. I'll be back. We'll do it again. Fantastic.